All right, everybody good?
Good.
All right, so really good week of preparation. I just appreciate the coaches and the players for their response and a lot of juice, a lot of guys running around the right way. So excited to keep building. All right, preparation never stops until we actually get to the game and the ball's kicked off. I'm sure you guys already saw the injury report, but the two guys, questionable, like DJ Moore and Swift, running around well today, look pretty good. So we'll just see how the next couple of days go and see what happens on game day. Questions?
How much work were they both able to get in today?
I probably had 2 or 3 plays per period, so it wasn't a full day's work, but just kind of ease those guys back into it and see how they feel.
Thomas, with Roshan out, how does that? Who are some of the guys that can kind of step in and fill? I mean, he's got kind of unique skill set, but is that where Travis can kind of step in for you guys?
Yeah, 1,000%. I obviously got a long history with Travis. I recruited Travis in Miami and coached him for 3 years, so definitely he's always been dependable. It's kind of been early on before he had a couple injuries himself. Really involved in third down, also in 2-minute, but kind of take a bigger role this week as far as being more involved in a normal D&D process.
When you're dealing with the injuries that DJ and Swift have, the fact that you were indoors and on turf, did that affect the decision for them to sit the first 2 days?
No, not at all. It was more about just giving those guys an opportunity to rest and rehab the proper way and see how the week went on.
Thomas, when you called plays back in Carolina, did you ever do so from the sideline, or was it always in
I was always on the sideline, yes. It's my first time this year being in the box, period. So I was always on the sideline when I was in Carolina and years prior to that, too.
What are the pros and drawbacks of being in the box and on the sideline?
I think just one is personal preference. Two, this year was a little bit different because of my role initially and trying to give eyes to Shane from an up top visual standpoint. Obviously, you can see the entire field from a different lens being up top. But other than that, it's kind of based off of the flow of the game, the things we already have, stripping on the call sheet and kind of just playing in D&D and ready to make adjustments as the game goes along.
What do you like about the perspective you get from the sideline in calling plays?
It's the player's game, so the player interaction. So I can be pretty calm at times, but also I do have some emotion that I show at different times. So I think being able to have an opportunity to meet with guys face to face, talk to them face to face in between plays, whether it be positive or just trying to make some corrections, is a little bit different when it comes to being on the sideline face to face versus in the box on a headset.
What is the communication going to be like with you? Is there going to be somebody up there who's going to say, "This is what I see from that high up view"?
Yeah, everyone had the same role they had before. It's just more about giving hashes, D&D. We'll talk about advisement on penalties when they come up. We'll also talk about situations throughout the game as far as being prepared for a 2-minute, end of the half, end of the game. But for the most part, the only thing that's changing, I'm just coming to the field versus being in the box.
Have you thought about what the balance is going to be like of being with the offense, being with Caleb when the defense is on the field, but now being in a different role where over the entire team?
Yeah, definitely. I think being able to still man the role that I had before. We'll communicate in between drives on the headset. I think, again, it helps out because I'm going to be on the grass, so guys can just come up to me and talk to me versus having to flip over to a different channel. Obviously, having Chris on the grass as well be helpful when it comes to delivering information to the rest of the staff while I'm with the defense.
Chris said yesterday that just about the clock management stuff and trying to simplify some things on the headset so it's not as chaotic.
Yeah.
What's been that process of how do you go about that process and simplifying that part?
Well, to me, you prepare the right way throughout the week. I think we talked about this with the players. We kind of implemented a couple things from a meeting standpoint to go over a few more scenarios. And we also, on Wednesdays and Thursdays after our walkthrough, we have a point of emphasis for offense, defense, and special teams based on things that may have already come up before in the past or stuff for in the future. And then Chris also does what we call a situational master's presentation on Fridays, which today was the first time he did that today. It's about a 10-minute deal, presentation-wise, to talk about a couple of scenarios around the league. And then it's just more about just doing a really good job of staying poised, calm in the moment, and being decisive communicators.
Did you watch?
What do you feel like some of the biggest tests are that this 49ers defense presents to you guys?
I think their entire roster, their entire team has been built the right way. I think the mentality overall is to be aggressive, to be attacking, to be physical, and they've kind of stacked the roster that way. I think Kyle's done a great job throughout the years as far as having that same mentality to picking and choosing the spots to be aggressive. But they obviously want to run the ball and be effective on offense. They want to knock the run out and make it one-dimensional on defense, and also very aggressive on defense. Special teams as well. So I think us being able to match that, but also keep guys balanced offensively. Minimizing guys like Joey Bosa. Also, Fred Warner is a a problem in more ways than one. Just the way he communicates, trying to find ways to give him different looks, because if you give him the same presentation, he will diagnose it, he will communicate, and he will meet you wherever the ball is. So trying to figure out how to make some adjustments with that. And then from a defensive perspective, it's about trying to knock the run out. Obviously, these guys are trying to pride themselves on probably 30-plus runs a game. So I want to be both from a balance standpoint from a defensive perspective, and also on special teams, matching field position as well. So.
Is Homer capable of being a goal line back, or is that something that you see with Felton and Evans that you might utilize in calling them up?
Yeah, I think Travis is capable of doing everything for us offensively. I think anytime you talk about that position running back wise, I'm not really into building a roster of situational guys because of that position is so volatile. At some point, you're going to need all of them to go play. And at some point, even your third or fourth guys are going to probably start a couple games for you. So I have full faith and confidence in him and the entire room in general.
Coach, regardless of how you guys got here, you are part of a historic battle for this organization. Black head coach, black quarterback. Has that resonated with you at all throughout the week, or at any point throughout this change?
Yeah, I'm definitely aware of it. I'm obviously reminded every day of certain things that have transpired before here. Obviously, the most important thing to me is making sure I have this team in the right spot. That we're wired mentally from top to bottom. That we're executing and firing all cylinders as far as the coaching staff goes and players. But also understand my background, what it's taken for me to get here, and understand and accept the responsibility that this position holds and what it means for everyone else that's coming behind me. So I've worn that, accepted that my entire life. So that's kind of nothing new to me.
Do you have your speech ready?
Speech?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna just get up there and let it go. I think I believe in preparation for sure. It's been a slow build throughout the week. I do have some talking points. I don't believe in wasting words, and I think also when guys are in the right spot in the moment, less is more. And so I think as the week goes on, I talk less, let them talk more. And when it comes down to it, I have a few things to say to get guys going in the right direction, and we'll go turn them loose. So excited about it.